Hello and welcome back to Downtime Activities, and welcome back to our single-player Edge of the Empire game with Riden, the Shistavonin bounty hunter, played by Will over here. When last we left, you had finally started doing some bounty hunting. 7 or 8 episodes in, or whatever it is at this point into the... more probably into this series. You started doing some real legitimate bounty hunting. Tracked down a couple people, but most importantly, the last one you did was tracking down Bothan and returning him alive for a pretty nice payday. Now you are still kind of back on the planet Teth, planet known for operating as kind of a bounty hunter hub and run by a hut, and the world is yours. So what are you doing?
Oh, if the world is mine, then I suppose I'll just take it.
You have to fight for it.
I will... probably talk to the Deveronian.
Okay.
If he has a name, I never wrote it down.
He does, and I remember it without having to check. That's the most impressive part.
Of the
Pelka Gortun, the Deveronian admin of Nagi's palace.
Pelka or Pelko?
Pelka. Pelka. Pelka Gortun. It's a little gnome. You can recognize
that sounds really familiar.
If you know that, then I am impressed with you. Good work.
That sounds very familiar.
Probably because I mumbled it.
Probably that's
quietly in a corner somewhere
I've
before.
Heard you say it. Probably more than once because we only have like 6 jokes.
This is true.
I would like to talk to Pelka about 2 things.
Okay.
First, another bounty hunter contract.
Okay.
Or at least what's out there at the moment. And 2, I would express some interest in getting a set of Mandalorian armor made. I mean, minus the helmet.
Okay.
It'd probably be cool, but it's not really my style. I mean, but, like, I want Mandalorian, like armor.
Beskar.
Like chest piece and... like chest piece, upper legs, and full left arm.
Okay.
I guess maybe, or full legs, whatever. But because if anybody would know,
it would probably be
it would be these guys, or at least who to talk to about something like that.
Well, asking him first. I assume you ask for work first.
Of course,
we'll start with that. Pelka says that we just so happen to have gotten a fresh contract in. No one else has taken a look yet. And by just so happen to have gotten a fresh contract in, I mean I just got word that somebody who's been rotting away in an Imperial prison is moving to a different Imperial prison to rot, and we want him plucked out of a ship on transit from one to the other. Got a individual, a Gotal, named Grogos. Grogos Chatza.
Grogos?
Grogos Chatza. He's a Gotal for the goat people. Very creative naming.
Grogos Chatza.
Grogos is been desired by Hut for a while now, and unfortunately has been locked away somewhere pretty tight. But luckily for myself, we found a bit of a leak in the a chink in the armor that gave us some intel, letting us know that he is being relocated.
I assume they want him alive.
Ideally, yes. It's less that they want him, more so they have some questions they need him to answer.
So maybe I should put the regular manacles on him then. Just in case.
You don't have to tell him.
Well, I wasn't planning on it.
You strap a vibro calculator to the side of some regular manacles. No idiots will know the difference.
I just get a ball with a flashing blue light on it. And it's just like, hold this. If you let go of it, it'll explode. Just like, there it is.
He's holding a thermal detonator. Insane. The unfortunate bit of information and where the fairly hefty payout for tracking this guy down comes from is that we don't know the exact time or nature of his movement from one to the other. We just know it's scheduled to happen in 1 week's time. He's not exactly a dangerous criminal. I wouldn't expect them to have him under heavy watch, but enough to move inmate from one to another spot.
Could be Imperial Customs frigate, could be just about anything. Shuttle. Are they moving him planet to planet, or to another site on the same planet?
He's coming off planet to, I believe, go to a space station. Station orbiting a planet. What is a Imperial prison compound.
Okay. Well, give me the coordinates you got, and I'll see what I can do.
He tells you to go. Basically, that this where he's leaving from is a mid core, like a mid rim world. It's what he's actually leaving from is a moon that is a prison moon that orbits Onderon. It's a mid rim world. So, but going from there, he's going to a station one that's going to be more. It's in system, closer towards the core. So he's moving from mid rim to a core world prison station.
It's probably going to be better to try and get him in mid rim rather than core world. So
the response would certainly be stronger and quicker. And then I assume after you have this intro, do you have any other questions for him, or?
I mean, I think as long as I know the guy I'm after, where they're leaving from, where they're going, and when they're leaving, I think I pretty much have all I need. It's just gonna have to be a little bit of luck and a little bit of thinking on the fly if they don't know, exactly how they're transporting him. So, but I assume it'll be a shuttle or customs frigate, or I guess the Imperials probably have prison transports, but damned if I know what they look like. I'll just attack anything that looks Imperial.
It's a great idea. What you come across first is 3 Imperial Star Destroyers.
That looks like an Imperial convoy. Let's hit it.
I'm looking for a goat man! Blast, blast, blast. I don't know why all semi-scummy space peoples just slowly devolve into Danny DeVito in my eyes. Specifically, Danny DeVito in It's Always Sunny. Good stuff. And then you ask him about Mandalorian armor.
Mm-hmm.
And he is definitely taken back a bit by this and says, it's not unheard of for me to see one of those 10 men coming and going around here. As you know, they're rather fond of the trade. Can't say I know of any in particular recently have been through here, nor would I suggest tangling with them to try and pull their armor off. As far as sourcing some, they're pretty weird about it, They're kind of... It's like the whole guns are my religion thing and my armor is also my religion thing.
It seems almost like a religion I could get behind.
I'd rather be behind than in front of it, I'll tell you that much. But that said, I will look into options, and if I can track something down for you, I'll let you know.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember if Night Shadow coding and stuff is in this book?
I do not know off the top of my head. I could
Let's
probably find it fairly quickly.
You might be able to find it faster than I can, but that's not going to stop me from trying. That is not in this book.
Alright, I got it.
The big thing is I want to know if I can reasonably afford it and it could be done in time. That could be a nice little edge to have.
It's 3,500, costs 1 hard point, and it reduces the range band of the enemy's ship's passive sensors by 1 to a minimum of close range. So until you get to a close range, and sensors, they're passive scanners.
Well, I happen to have short-range sensors, not close-range sensors. So, I suppose if I've got like a week to kill, first jump's going to be back to that Bothan smuggler planet.
Okay.
Where I guess I didn't really shoot up that crew.
I mean, you didn't kill anyone.
We shot a droid, and that's really about it.
You embarrassed an Ugnaught, injured a human, and stunned a Bothan.
So, it's not like I left that much of a mess behind there. I might head back there and ask around there about Night Shadow coding for the Knife in the Dark.
Okay. As you're kind of, after this conversation, as you're kind of heading back towards your ship to make this heading, a guy kind of stops you partway through. A guy kind of walks up, human. He looks more like a smuggler than a bounty hunter.
Dev?
It's not Dev. It is a human male. He's just got that very, like, smuggler look to him. But he is... So the gear he's wearing is semi-armored, kind of like armored clothing, and he's got a blaster on his hip. And he stopped in the way and he said, I'm not sure if we've met. What's your name? Reaches a hand out to you.
Yours first.
One moment. He says, oh, how rude of me. Jado Aten. Reaches a hand out.
I feel like that sounds fairly familiar, but... Riden,
I don't mean to be prying or anything like that. I just had a quick question for you. You look kind of familiar to me, and not every day you see a Shistavanin about. Your name's not familiar, but your face definitely draws a bead for me. Have you ever been around Nar Shadaa or Nal Hutta area anytime?
Yeah, I spent a little bit of time as a mechanic on Nar Shadaa. Did a couple of jobs for a swoop bike gang.
Maybe it's a swoop. I used to ride with a swoop bike gang. That must be it. That must be where I'm seeing your face from.
I'm giving him the look of, you don't look like a biker. And
he doesn't really look like a biker.
You this friendly with every face you think you remember?
Only the ones I think I left on good terms. And I'm pretty sure you and I did. If you're who I'm thinking you are.
Pretty sure I remember most of the faces I left on good terms. I am... Actually, no, I'm not... Me sitting here, I'm crossing my arms. Riden absolutely has... Like one hand, resting on the blaster, and the other hand just, probably resting on the belt on the other side.
Okay. This guy doesn't seem to be making a move for his blaster at the moment.
I'm interested here, friend, in what exactly your angle is. You'll forgive me for being a little suspicious.
No angle, no. I don't expect anything from you. I'm not some schmoozer, some smooth talker trying to convince you. You looked familiar. I wanted to see if I could remember the name. Name's not familiar, but the face is.
Who are you working for these days, then? If you're a feller out of Nar Shadaa.
Well, currently I'm working my way into being a bounty hunter. Much like yourself, I'm guessing you're around here, starting to take jobs, trying to make a name for myself.
I can respect that. Have a good day. Maybe
you too.
See you around somewhere.
He says, I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Mm-hmm.
And he moves in towards the bar.
Skull, you see him with a gun in his hand, you put him down.
Roger, roger.
I would like to check my ship for tracking beacons before we leave.
Okay, go ahead and give me...
I left Nar Shadaa on bad enough terms, and I don't like anybody asking about it.
Go ahead and give me a... guess we'd call that a perception, probably. Give me a hard perception.
2 threats.
You don't find any, but it doesn't make you feel any better.
I don't like this guy. Alright. Guess I'm headed for that smuggler's planet.
Okay.
Not the smuggler's moon, Nar Shadaa.
The smuggler's planet, not the moon. The smuggler's planet, which I believe is called Socorro. Does that sound right to you? Pretty sure it's Socorro. As an encyclopedia of Star Wars knowledge. I'm not an encyclopedia of Star Wars knowledge.
Could have fooled me.
Believe it was Socorro.
I think it was as well. That's awesome.
And you are get on board the knife and the dart with the confidence that you're not being followed. Up and out and
with the confidence that I don't know if I'm being followed.
And you're off to Socorro. You're able to take the hyperspace lanes, fly out there, and land in Socorro.
I'd like to, start with probably the shipyards and mechanics and stuff like that, and see if I can track down some Night Shadow coding.
Okay, go ahead and give me a Streetwise. You can do a Knowledge Underworld too, but I think Streetwise is probably better for you. We'll call it average.
Streetwise is definitely better for me.
Actually, we'll call it easy. With the planet you're on, we'll call it easy.
Yes, that's correct. Right? Cunning? Yes. 4 success, 1 advantage.
Okay. You're on literally like the planet where you would go to get this done. You have your pick of the litter. There's multiple chop shops and stuff with multiple different places that would do that kind of work. And it's literally like, it's technically illegal. So if you come in, you're like, hey, I need Night Shadow coding. They're like, oh, Night Shadow coding, isn't that illegal? And you're like, I need Night Shadow coding. They're like, come on back, I'll show you my Night Shadow coding.
What color would you like? We've got 6 different options.
6 different options, exactly.
Did you say 3,500?
It's 3,500.
Done and done.
With the advantage, go ahead and roll me.
One thing I will say is that, like, whatever, like, shipyard or, like, essentially space dry dock, vibro dry dock, or whatever.
Okay. So I just picture this old dude sitting in a chair, shaking, holding a fishing rod.
The bucket of fish.
Scattered.
Like, whatever, like, shipyard I have to land in to get the work done,
mm-hmm.
I would like, and while they're working on it, I would like to spend my time monitoring the ships coming in and out from, like, the closest, like, actual, like spaceport.
Okay.
Because, again, it's just, like, I do not trust this guy.
Fair enough. Go ahead and... Well, first, roll me just a yellow and a red, and tell me what the result is.
Oh, those
or
are
something unrelated.
Yeah, those are always fun.
To what you just requested.
Of course. 1 threat.
1 threat. Okay. It was just basically how good the mechanic you got was, and if he's able to do like the mod option or not on this. And he's not quite good enough to do the mod option.
I forgot that Starship stuff also had the mod option.
In the future, getting this mod option done seems like a very worthwhile thing to do because it reduces the ship's silhouette by 1 in combat. Pretty nice. Pretty good. But for your sake,
that way when I
reduces the range band of enemies.
Piss off all those Star Destroyers you were talking about. They'll have a much harder time hitting me.
This is true. And then go ahead and roll me a average perception. Well, actually, make it a streetwise.
Average streetwise?
Mm-hmm.
That is a very slightly better for me. Perception's one of those things I should probably level up at some point. 1 failure, 3 advantages.
You don't notice, like, a ship you recognize, but there is no shortage of ships coming and going that could be bounty hunter ships. So, like, if your concern is that maybe a bounty hunter is after you, multiple ships come and go from here that seem like they could feasibly be bounty hunter ships. Most of the ships coming and going are larger than, like, your starfighter-sized ship, but that doesn't mean they're not bounty hunters. There's enough ships that are heavily armed enough that it could be non-smugglers.
The problem is I'm also looking for a ship that might be a smuggler's ship, not a bounty hunter ship. If this guy is who he says he is.
If you are who you say you are.
So that doesn't... I mean, I wasn't expecting to recognize his ship, really, anyway. I guess I was just hoping I'd see a ship land and then he would just come scampering out, but... Alright. I mean, I wouldn't be... I'm not surprised that bounty hunters would be frequenting this place as well. So... I think at the moment, that's the only... I should write down that the ship has night shadow code.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, I'll do the Whisper Thrust engines later, I think.
Okay. It'll take probably 2 days to get the...
I don't want to, like...
I don't want
to
turn around.
Yeah, I don't want to stretch my time any more than I kind of already am.
Fair enough, reasonably.
So I guess I'm just gonna head the direction of this supposed contract.
Okay. Real quickly. It's almost like you're on to me or something. Something's going on here. On your trek back to kind of head and get to where, like, pick up your ship basically from this yard where on the day that the stuff is done, go ahead and roll me a hard perception.
Hard perception? I can't make easier perception checks. 3 successes.
3 successes. There will be no bonuses to this. That's good. You're kind of walking down there, and you're already kind of on edge. You've been on edge since you left Teth. And as you're kind of like walking, heading towards that shipyard, you just get the abundant fur on the back of your neck stands up. And you kind of like glance one way, glance the other, glance back, and you can see kind of like peering around an edge, a familiar kind of corner of a face, but it's from a different direction and a kind of higher up corner that you hear a blast come your way.
I'd recognize the corner of that face anyway.
He is doing a ranged heavy, which is bink bunk bunk. This. He had time to aim, but he did not have time to do that. Is that enough to crit with this? Critical 2. So, before soak, that's 13 damage.
Okay. Well, I guess once again, I do have a point of defense, but we always forget to factor that in. That is my punishment for not remembering to remind you.
I talked to Jerry before I started his game and was like, Jerry, tell me every time we're in combat you have defense, because I'll forget every time.
It's been a couple days at this point, right?
Yeah, you'll have all wounds back and stuff from the travel and the time.
Yeah, so
you're back to
so it's before soak it's 13.
Before soak, yes.
So after soak it's 8, which puts me at that.
And do you have the critical table bookmarked?
I can pull it up. Aha.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll the D100 if you'd like.
What if I say no?
Then I'll roll it.
Oh. If you'd like. No.
Do not roll high. Don't roll super high at the very least.
Hey.
Because this guy has a...
I have to... it'd have to be a 151
You're adding
plus
something
to die.
to this.
I know, but it'd have to be a 151 plus for me to die.
You're adding a considerable number to this.
Am I adding 50 to this? Because that does have me concerned. 51.
You're adding 60 to this.
Ooh.
As you hear what you can recognize as a disruptor rifle blast from an off angle towards you.
Damn, that is bad sports. It's slightly, unless they actually just hired us assassins. That's breaking every bit of the bounty hunter code. I would know. I've broken parts of the bounty
I've
hunter
broken many of these things myself.
Which
what's the injury?
So unfortunately, it's 111, which
Not
bumps
110.
me from the 110 category up another category to temporarily lame. Until his critical injury is healed, the target cannot perform more than one maneuver during his turn.
Okay, so you can't use your action to do an action.
Right, and I can't spend. I assume I can't spend bonuses to perform an extra maneuver.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, like, you hear this offshot and they disrupt a rifle, like, blast, and it burns away a big chunk of your right calf. Like, it's not. It's just a super grisly wound on you. It's not like your leg's missing a big piece of it, but it's this very gnarly wound from this disrupt rifle blast off.
Well, that is a 3 severity injury. Damn, what a hit.
Yeah.
Whew.
And with that, I need you to roll
friggin' Ginger Inn's Ambar Blaster just like blowing me up.
And they will roll vigilance. What is his vigilance? This guy's fairly vigilant. The other guy, not so much. Okay.
That's not until end of turn or.
That's when you have to get
until
healed.
this injury is healed.
Yeah.
I'm moving with a limb.
Go ahead and give me a cool check.
What a hit.
That's quite the opening move. Luckily for you, there's a couple things about that gun. One of which being that... Well, actually, technically, you could use it again, but...
Wow. I consider that pretty good for what I just went through. 1 success, 2 advantages.
1 success, 2, not 1. Right?
1 success, 2 advantages.
Okay. So, you beat the guy with the disruptor rifle, but you did not beat other guy, who is a lot less scary. So, let's go to the other stat block I have here, the one that's not the bounty hunter, the one that's the other guy. And he is right here. Okay. And then you see, like, peering out from cover, the familiar face of the guy asking you questions, very probing questions, and he's going to blast at you with what looks like just a regular blaster pistol. And I will remember the black die. They're both at medium range from you.
Okay.
So 2 difficulty.
Just a regular blaster pistol, huh?
Mm-hmm. That is going to be a miss with a threat. So... You have 1 threat to spend if you'd like to.
1 doesn't give me a ton of options. Is he technically in cover?
He is.
So he'll lose the benefit from cover.
He kind of overcommits leaning out of here to shoot at you, and it goes wide. And then you're up. kind of glancing to the right now, you can see that there's kind of a building off to your right, and on the like second story of it, like the roof of it, basically, there's not a second story. On the roof of it, there's a guy in what looks like kind of spacer laminate armor posted up that's got this smoking barrel of a disruptor rifle up there.
You said medium range?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to aim and auto fire at him.
Okay. At the guy on the top. Okay.
Which bumps it up to 3. But that's the aim. Nope, that's not right. There we go.
You will have to upgrade the difficulty of one of the purples to a red. He has adversary 1, which means that like you upgrade one once the combat check against him.
We also didn't do
destiny points. To the dice.
I'll do that real quick.
One
dice
side. The way we both said, one dice.
Somehow we got results that were disappointing to both of us. And then I closed out.
I got what you wanted. You got what I wanted. So in the end, this is fine.
Okay. He has adversary 1. But I'm rolling that. And laminate is just soak, right? It's
just
offense.
No armor.
Sweet. And I guess it is worth mentioning that in between sessions, as I was leveling up, one of the upgrades I got further reduced what I need to trigger auto fire.
You jury-rigged your heavy blaster, right?
So it auto fires. The auto fire requirement is 1 lower, and because of the superior customization, it automatically generates 1.
Advantage.
So if this hits, it will hit a second time.
Unless you have a bunch of threats.
Yes.
Unless you have threat to counteract it.
Yes. Very true. So this could go. There's a lot of color in that.
There's a lot.
Could really go either way.
Reminds of those little Ziploc bags of shapes you got for tests if you're our age in elementary school. Kids these days, I assume, don't know what I'm talking about.
1 failure, 1 advantage. I assume I know what I'm going to do there. Yeah, I'm just going to give myself a blue on my next check.
Okay, you've got a blue on your next. Then it goes to him. You see he's kind of propped up there, and he kind of sets that down, draws out a heavy blaster pistol from his side, and he's going to take a shot at you. Because disruptor rounds ain't cheap. He needs to kill you to get enough money to afford some more of them. Also, not killing you with a disruptor rifle is ideal because of turning you in as a bounty. Which will be a ranged light, which he has the same skill at. So that he can't aim because he drew this turn. You have 1 point of armor, medium range. Roll a failure, but 2 advantages. So it goes wide, but he'll give a blue to the next.
He can give for 1. He can give the next allied character. For 2, he can give himself blue on his next check.
He'll recover strings. He's gonna give it to the other guy. The other guy needs it more than him, so he's gonna. His shot misses, but distracts slightly to give the other guy a better chance, which it'll then be the other guy's turn. Who is going to take a shot at you, which I believe he's just 1 rank and 2 in the stat. If I am correct, marketeer. 1 black, 1 blue. And, well, he will give himself and the other guy a blue next time as he gets a nothing with 3 advantages. Then it's your turn. So both blaster pistol rounds miss, but the next volley of them might be a little more apt to hit.
I'm doing the same roll as last time,
okay.
Just with another blue. Hopefully that'll be the thing that pushes it over the edge. No, in fact, it's 3 failures and 2 advantages this time. One yellow and 1. Really, nothing showed up there.
You had a lot of dice in the game. 2 advantages though.
Yeah, he'll have a setback die on his next check.
Okay, this is getting complicated. So this is his base roll. He can aim now, and he gets a blue from Friendo, missing well. 2 purple, with a setback die for your armor, with a setback die for your advantages.
Mm-hmm.
Now he looks like that bag of shapes. And shooting with the blaster pistol. A failure with 3 advantages. He'll give himself... yeah, he's going to give himself and his friend a purple... Or a blue on the next check. Which means
He gives himself and his friend both purple.
Yeah, that's right. So now the guy gets two blues added, but still has a black setback die. And 2 difficulty. 1 success. So it'll be 7 before soak coming from the guy on the ground.
So it will be 2.
Luckily, you have solid soak. And you're up after that.
Alright, take this blue off. It didn't do me any good last time. Alright. Here it comes. The rest of those were warning shots. 2 success, 2 threats, so no auto fire.
But it will hit.
But Bounty Hunter Man will get hit for 13.
13. Let me take a look.
Hit me for 13 with your fancy rifle. I'll hit you for 13 with mine.
It blasts, and he kind of ducks down behind it for a second. It's a hard hit. He is still up, but very injured. And you aimed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Then it'll go back to him.
I should probably move to cover, but...
he is this, and this, but that, and that, and that, and that. Dear God. This is going to be an idiot fight again. I have a feeling this is going to be an idiot fight again.
That's quite the roll there.
2 failures, 5 advantages. He's going to give himself... Well, that doesn't do him any good. It's the same as the other. He'll gain a range defense and add blue to himself next time. And...
So now the other guy doesn't have... Now the other guy doesn't have an extra blue.
Not anymore.
But I assume he's still probably aiming.
He will aim. But you'll still have your setback on it. 2 failures, 1 advantage. He'll give the other guy on his next turn a blue. So that guy's got... Your guy up on the top is going to have an extra point of defense here, but also 2 blues added to his next shot.
Well, I suppose in that case, I won't auto-fire. I'll just aim at the feller up top.
So this will be 2 purple and 1 black that you're shooting against.
I thought you said it upgraded one of the...
No, is it upgraded or is it... Whatever the 3 one is. I guess so, a red and a purple.
Well, yeah, but no, but doesn't he have adversary?
That's right. So 2 red. Or, no, it's red, purple, black. Red, purple, black. Because he did the...
Where's the black? No, because he gave himself...
A point of range defense.
Point of range defense.
Yep.
That's
what
I was
getting myself all twisted up.
I wasn't
red,
I apologize.
purple... Don't forget you do have your destiny point there if you think it matters here.
Great. 3 advantages, 1 despair.
Oof. The advantage is you could use defensively, probably, right? As per usual, the dice are just being a dick to you.
Yes, as per usual. I feel kind of like either of my options here are... Either of those options are kind of the same. Yeah, I'll gain... I'll gain a point of range defense, I guess.
Okay. How mean do I want to be with this?
It's a good question. Oh, that's not...
It's not really something that makes sense there. You perform a free maneuver, but that's like... What do you want me to use that 4.
That's not right. I'm at that. No, I'm not at that. I'm at this. I was like, I wrote my wounds down wrong.
Your ranged weapon runs out of
Math
ammo.
is terrible. Damn.
It can't be used for the remainder of this encounter. Then it goes to...
Remind me to buy extra power packs. That's literally why they're here, is so that it's like if the GM tells you run out of ammo, you don't.
Say don't. Say bet. Pistol Boy is going to shoot at you. 3 threats. Kind of the ground. 3 threat for you to spend. Because he sucks.
Well, I always like the thing that lets them fall prone. But I would rather give myself a blue on my next check.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that instead.
Blue on the next check. The guy up top has this. Any bonuses from that? Let's get one of those. 2 of those. That. Right.
It's turned into a little bit of an idiot fight.
It always does. Well, that's just a failure. Which is, I guess, the blue didn't do. I mean, honestly, his dice rolled fine. It's just the purples really showed up for you and did multiple fails. So,
just a single failure?
Just a single failure. So nothing to spend, but it misses. And then it's to you.
I guess I'm... Okay, it's going to... He doesn't have that point of defense anymore because
you give yourself 1 range defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they had an extra buck, yeah. So this dice roll is correct.
It's that instead because I can quick draw my heavy blaster pistol, and although the heavy blaster pistol's range is probably short,
You augmented it probably to be such.
because of the file front.
You couldn't.
Yep, range short.
You can quick draw it, but your maneuver. I mean, you could move. You kind of have 2 options of movement if you're wanting to get to like close range. You could get to close range of either of them. You could either move like towards the building, in which case this guy wouldn't really have a line of sight of you from above, but you could be close and have a shot on the guy on the ground level, or you could move into close range with both of them, and take a shot at either. It's kind of like you could take away yours and the bounty hunter shot on each other moving forward, or you could move forward and take a shot at him instead.
I'll move up to be close range with both of them.
Okay.
So I guess I don't get that blue because I can't aim. So normally that's the thing with quick draw is you can draw and aim.
But that's why you can move and draw.
But I do still get the blue from that guy's Smuggler Boy's stunning line of failures.
Yes. So it should just... He doesn't have any defense now.
Right.
There shouldn't be any
but
additional
I'm
blacks.
going to shoot at... I'm going to take a stunt shot at Smuggler Boy.
Okay.
Instead.
All right. Then, yeah.
Which is 1 success, 2 advantages, so 9 stun damage from the heavy blaster.
Goes down.
Perfect.
So you are moving to where you have a shot on both still, so okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He is stunned.
And
we're doing the 2 advantages.
Oh, that's a good point. Probably just adding a blue to my next check. I don't even know why I'm looking.
Okay.
If I had 3 advantages, now that would be something.
Well, this is... he's got some advantage to spend. The guy on top blasts down at you. He'll give himself a blue on his next check. Because it's 2 failures, 2 advantages.
Okay. I guess I'm aiming at...
You still have... Since you moved up in that way... I thought that was a super risky move to not cut off his line of sight from you. I don't know how low you are, I guess. But he... Definitely, with that though, you still have a line of sight.
I don't think I could take another hit from the... I've only been hit twice.
But the first one was
one of them did virtually nothing. I don't think I could take another hit from the disruptor rifle. At least not another one like that first one.
Yeah.
But I can... If he's just using heavy blast pistol, I can probably take a couple of hits. But I'm just going to...
fire on away. He's going to just be 2 purples. Or red and a purple.
Red and a purple.
Red and a purple. And he doesn't have any black dye on him at the moment. So he gave himself a blue on his next.
That, and 1 blue from Amy. Okay. I was like, I'm going to have to completely rebuild this dice pool. But no, it's the exact same check I just made against the other guy. It's just the source of the blue is changing.
That's right.
And it's slightly better. 2 success, 2 advantages.
Okay.
So
damage?
10 damage off the...
Ooh, is that enough? That's going to be right on the line. So, previously done... total of that number. Is he going down here? Exactsies. So you reach up, blast. This guy's kind of peers over the edge to look at you, and you catch him right on the corner of this laminate helmet, and you hear a thump up on the roof there. And people just kind of... There's a bunch of boffins and other smuggler types who scatter away.
Of course.
As this happens, but...
Well, I'm disarming and grabbing my stunned friend.
Okay. Good old Giotto.
And I suppose he's coming with me.
Alright. You can go to pick your ship up with a new buddy.
More like Giotto with a butt. Piece of shit. I suppose we'll before I leave planet, I am going to wait for this guy to wake up.
Okay.
Well, I would also like to go... Pretty sure these are cheap. I should probably use a stim pack, is what I should probably do as well. So let me check the price on those as well, even though I've got a couple, but I might as well stock up while I'm here.
Doesn't hurt to have some.
I'm going to use a stim pack.
Just 5?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That'll get me back up to 12.
A lot of people's start. Mm-hmm. Or higher than a decent number of people start.
Cool. Those are 25, so I'm going to buy 2 more while I'm here, just to have them. Because they've saved my butt a couple of times already. You know, like against the Gamorreans.
This one's a little less of an idiot fight than the Gamorrean one, at least.
And another 25 credits for a comlink.
Okay.
I'm not going to put this guy in binds or anything, especially if I've got Skull with me now. I'm not worried about it. I don't think, like, we'll wake this guy up and he'll pull a tiny blaster out of his boot. I think Skull would probably just bunk him on the head and kill him. So I'm not even going to bother putting him in binds, but I'll start patching up my leg and wait for him to wake up from the stun effect.
Okay. A little bit of time. You reconvene in your ship.
I will put him in. Yeah, I will put him in the prisoner cell.
Okay.
That has the explosion marks in it.
Okay.
But I'm not going to shut the door.
All right, and he's not in binds.
He's not.
Okay. He'll kind of slowly come to and.
You know, I kind of figured somebody from Nar Shadaa asking about me that maybe you were working for a hut. Well, of course, the Nebula Syndicate decided to try and clear up some loose ends.
Like, look, we can figure something out here.
Let me tell you what's about to happen before you try and make any deals. You're going to tell me exactly who you're working for, even though I'm pretty sure I already know. And then you're going to do me a favor in return. You're going to... I'll let you go. You can pick up your buddy's remains if you want. I really don't give a shit. But I'm going to give you a comlink, and you're going to take it back to your boss.
Well, of course, yes. Whatever you say. You got the cards are in your hand at this moment. You got full sabak. I went all in. I agree, of course. I'm not really sent by somebody so much as I was allured here by the price that the Hut and Nar Shadaa put on your head. my friend up there is just someone a little more well-versed in this enterprise than myself. I can try and deliver this to the hut for you, to Gracchus.
Tell you what, you go back to Gracchus's tower. You tell a member of the security staff that you want to see their head of security. Should be a gank. You tell him...
Of course it is.
And you tell him that Riden sent you there. And you'll get through to see him.
You got it.
And if they try and take away your blaster, I'd probably let them.
I wouldn't say no. Anything else I can do for you? One other thing, a fair bit of... I don't know what you're going to say to the guy, but a fair bit of advice to you. I've learned my lesson. I'm not coming back here. But rumor has spread of a Shistavanen being sighted on Teth. Made it to me, it's going to make it to other people.
You really don't know much of anything of any use to me, do you? I'll say, tossing him something.
One moment. Where's my dice? He kind of, but does catch it. Tucks in the pocket. Says, I've told you what I do know. If it's not useful, sorry.
Skull, take him outside. Make sure he gets the tracking beacon off my ship.
And Skull comes over, kind of just grabs him by the front of his shirt and picks him clean up off. Like, Skull's tall enough that he can just hold him like that. He's kind of dangling. He's like, come on, I can walk. And Skull just kind of walks holding him by that. And goes to the drawbridge. You're kind of the drop bridge onto your ship and tosses him down it and then walks down following him. You hear kind of a tumble down. And Skull just points at the ship and you see the guy kind of go to this little tucked in spot and pull something off of there, tuck it in his pocket, be like, pleasure doing business with you. Mm-hmm. Oh, he starts limping away from the ship.
Cowardly little son of a bitch.
Wait until you's alone walking down the street and hired somebody to help.
That's what I would have done, apart from hiring somebody. I do have a bad habit of going in the front door to solve all my problems.
This is true.
But, well, hopefully we're on the way towards getting this sorted out. By that it would be me talking to a hut about, look, I was hired to do a job, I did a job. You want to know who hired me? I don't give a shit. I don't work for them. You probably know who they are already, if you haven't already burned their entire organization to the ground. Who knows? I was worried somebody was going to come after me. Ow, my leg.
My leg! Well, having survived the attempt on your life, you have your ship Night Shadow coating equipped. And next step is you're flying towards Onderon, the moon around Onderon, to try and see what you can do to figure out tracking down this next bounty. Apparently a quite lucrative one. Well, fairly lucrative.
To look up the
fairly.
Wounds and Healing section.
And I think that'll be a decent place for us to stop this episode.
I think it is.
As you are en route to this moon, hot on the trail. Starting to hopefully be on a trail that will heat up of Grogos Chatza.
But I'm also worried I might bring him back to HQ only to be put in bonds myself.
Well, guess we'll find out. Next time. Well, probably not next. At some point, maybe next time. You're going to find out.
Soonish.
maybe next time on Edge of the Empire single-player campaign. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one as he hunts down this Gotal scumbag. Thanks for watching, everybody.